Yeah, this is Black Light. Continuing on with my story, how I made it to the age of soon to be 72. See, I was brought up a little different than a lot of people. I wasn't brought up in the church. Even when my mother decided to vacate the Nation of Islam, uh, she didn't go to a typical church. She went to Unity, but she went without me or my father. She attended those Unity meetings on her own. Her and a close friend, they were the only blacks in the church, Unity Temple in Highland Park. And uh, my uncle, the one that was a FOI, was still in the nation, and he would babysit me, uh, and then I would babysit. After I got a certain age, I would babysit my cousins. But while I was in his company, he would teach me, and he had quite a bit of knowledge of everything because he had a library in his basement. I believe he had over 1,000 books. He had books on how to make pig, yeah, cat, rat, and dog, how they made it. He had sent overseas for a lot of those books. And he was schooling me into the martial arts. Martial arts is really a matter of reflexes. Uh, but if you're a born fighter, you know how to do strikes, 5 or 6 strikes ahead, just like you're playing chess. Especially if you see openings, after you study your opponent. But my father taught me how to box. My father was a big sportsman. He was a good athlete, a great athlete. He ended up playing golf, won trophies. I think I got some of his trophies around somewhere. But he loved baseball, boxing, and when we was on Wildermere, uh, it was only about two blacks on the block on that particular part of Wildermere, because across 6 Mile, see, we stayed near Finkel. Finkel was 5 Mile, turned into 5 Mile. Finkel runs like this. Rosa Park used to be 12. Renamed it Rosa Park. Ran into Finkel, and Finkel runs into 5 Mile. Just like McNichols turns into 6 Mile. Just like Moros turns into 7 Mile. Just like Veneer turns into 8 Mile. And so this particular time, it wasn't that many blacks on the west side. And I left off stating that some schoolmates of mine had to stay after school late, and the guys in the hot rod, the Caucasians in the hot rod, stabbed the sister and the brother in his back. And we ended up going up to the school in that vicinity. Uh, a bunch of us. I mean, from other schools like Central and Durfee and Northwestern and Northern. Northern is the school that Smokey Robinson, they went to Northern. And so we went up there. We couldn't find them. They had disappeared. So clearly they didn't want no confrontation with us, you know. Because this was back in, you know, in the late 50s, around 59. I moved over on Wildermere in 56. I was 10 years old. And I was in elementary school, but we also, I hadn't made it up to post yet, post junior high, but we all went up there. Grown-ups, teenagers, you know. They put the shotguns, the grown-ups put the shotguns in the back of the car. What we didn't know was those white boys' father were police officers at the Palmer Park precinct on 7 Mile in Woodward. And they got in the police got in mixed up in it later on down the line. But keep listening, you know, I'm gonna close this one down. Keep listening. And I'm trying to show y'all young ones, y'all young boys, that Detroit was the reason why Master Farad came here. This is Black Light.